Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Matt Bernier, the DRF.com Formulator Race of the Day for Friday, January the 6th. Race number 3 at the Great Race Place, Santa Anita. We're going down the hill at about 6.5 furlongs. We hope. We've had some wet weather at Santa Anita.
It sounds like more wet weather's coming in as well, so there's a reasonable chance this race may be coming off the turf. If it does, obviously, it changes everything. But if it stays on, very wide open.
We are pre-scratches and program changes as we analyze this race on Wednesday afternoon. A nice full field, a good betting race of optional claimers. Again, I want to remind everybody, head on over to the Race of the Day event page on DRF.com. Download your free Formulator past performances and follow along with us in post-position order. The number 1 is Discats on the Square. A turf maiden after 4 starts, but 2-back ran okay going 5 furlongs. That long stocking who ran second is sort of a hard hitter. That one's come back to finish third 3 times with buyers ranging from 79 to 83.
I like this horse a little bit, drawn down on the inside. Doesn't like to win very often, but you look, Matt Chu does really well with these horses off the layoff, and you also look at her career. Off the bench, she fires fresh. I think she's got an outside chance.
I'd expect an improved performance for the number 2, Sweet Dragonfly. Second time North America, first time Simon Callahan. This horse really sprint bred, and for the North American debut, not only did they try to stretch her out to a mile, but they faced much better horses. That 4th place horse came back to win the off-the-turf Miss America at Golden Gate with a 73, and then came right back to finish 3rd in the American Oaks, a Grade 1 race last week, with a 91. So class drop, turn back to an appropriate distance, has a race in North America under her belt, a logical contender.
Certainly gets major class relief in this spot. The question I have at this point is she came over here, she got Lasix for that first start. She didn't do any running. I understand maybe she didn't get off to the cleanest starts. Her final race over in Great Britain was awful. I mean, she stopped like she was hurt. You wonder at this point, there's a part of me that says before you take anything too short, make sure you're getting fair value, because I don't know if she can still even run.
Number 3 is CC Zip, and this City Zip filly's got a lot of early speed. She just missed when trying to stretch that speed to a mile on dirt at Del Mar, but her lone win came over this course and distance. She's likely going to be forwardly placed under Mike Smith. Does she really want to beat you? 1 for 11 lifetime, but that win did come in her most recent turf start. Maybe she's figuring it out.
It was her only time going down the hill. The concern I have, that race has come back very weak, and you look at the overall sort of pace scenario of this race, it looks like the pace is going to be lively going down the hill. She's going to take money just based on the connections. I don't want her.
Down from Woodbine is the number 4, Wealthy Shipman, making her first start for trainer Richard Baltus. This is a hard-hitting turf synthetic horse who has speed figures that fit here. We haven't seen this horse in 31 to 60 days, and I fooled around with Formulator, and after you download your past performances, folks, you can follow along with me. I looked at Richard Baltus's winners over the past year, 31 to 60-day layoffs. There are 30 winners. Every one of them had a workout of 5 or 6 furlongs within 2 weeks before the race. This horse doesn't have a workout in 16 days. It bothers me. It doesn't fit the pattern.
It doesn't. Look, I don't like the fact that she just hasn't had works, period. And like you say, I think the jury is out. You could make the argument she's better on synth than she is on turf. I also look at the distances that she's run at. I wonder, I understand 6.5 down the hill, a little bit of a different animal, but maybe this is a little bit too sharp for her.
Sharp Stranger in the 5, late and left. This horse has won her last 2 starts, but this will be her turf debut. She's by California Chrome sire Lucky Pulpit, who gets 10% winners from first-time turf runners. The dam, though, was unraced on turf, has foaled 2 horses that tried the surface that didn't win. There is a little bit of turf pedigree on the bottom, however, and we know this filly can be forwardly placed.
She's razor sharp right now. I can't knock that. I have a couple concerns, though. One, she's going to be facing the best horses of her life, arguably. You also look at the way that she's finished in each of the past 2 back 5.5, most recently 6.5. She didn't go that fast early. They're going to be going a heck of a lot quicker here. I have sort of reservations about the distance.
Another horse figure is to be on the engine is the 6 Parasail. Big performance 2 starts back when able to sort of clear off to an easy lead. Last time out, she just simply went way too fast, way too soon.
The problem is, I think she's probably going to do something similar in this spot. And if she had just hung around a little bit most recently, maybe I'd give her the benefit of the doubt. She stopped like she was absolutely smacked over the head. There's a part of me that wonders, boy, with the pace scenario and the complexion of the race, with the distance, I'm against her.
Molly's Honor has hit the board in her last 5 races. That's been a problem for Molly's Honor, however, because her most recent win came September the 29th, 2014 on dirt at Zia. She's a hard-hitting mare, 22 exacta finishes from 38 starts, but at this point in her career, does she want to win?
I don't know. It's been a long, long time. I picked her underneath. I picked her second just because, boy, you see that 15 times second from 38 lifetime starts. The run 3 back, the only time she's gone down the hill was good. Descension is a serious, nice little sort of downhill turfer. You look at the run 2 back, though, going a mile on turf, that race has come back dreadful. The overall numbers for Jack Carava going dirt to turf, 2 for 40 over the past 5 years. She's going to take money. She's logical. She makes a lot of sense in here, but it's hard for me to bite on a horse that doesn't like to win races.
That's a fair point. The 8 is Sturdy One, third start of the form cycle. This horse doesn't have a lot of early speed. No. Is going to hope for a big pace up front. Didn't do much running last time out at Del Mar. At least another one of the also-rans. The 7th place finisher in that field of 12 came back to win an off-the-turf race with a 75 buyer.
Maybe just by default the race sets up for her. I don't love any of her races. I think she's going to need to improve by leaps and bounds to really be competitive in here. But if you're looking for a horse that maybe clunks up and gets a piece, maybe it's this one.
Number 9, Cuddle Alert. She's a turf maiden after 3 starts, but this will be her first try down the hill. She's done some good things on dirt against better horses, and she faced better horses, you could make the argument, 3 starts back going long.
And that's kind of the way I look at it. I feel like the distance isn't going to be a problem for her. She likes to win reasonably enough, 4 out of 18 lifetime. She's settled for minor rewards on 8 other occasions, so she's going to come with something. The interesting thing for me, I suppose you could make the argument that she comes out of the best race most recently, albeit on dirt. That was against Enola Gray and Chow Chom. I know they didn't come back to do that well in the La Brea, but from a fig standpoint, those are just better horses than she's facing. And here, the interesting thing is she's shown big speed in the past. The run 2 back, though, that was washed off the turf, she came from just off of it. I don't know what you're going to get out of her because you got a most recent drill in 57 and 4, which, if that's an indication, she's going to the front. But I like the fact that even if she doesn't make the front, she still can go on with it. I think the distance isn't going to be a problem. I'll give her a shot.
Yeah, she seems to class up well. You mentioned the quality of competition last time on dirt, last time on turf. She was in against Untouchable You, came back to run 3rd, then won at this level, and the win earned her an 86 buyer speed figure. Run Like the Boss is a Calbred that beat fellow Calbreds, going 5 at Del Mar on November the 20th. It looks like this Peter Miller-trained gray filly is slowly getting better. You know, Martine Pedrosa likes to have them close.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of position this one works out. She likes to be forwardly placed. She doesn't need to be on the lead, though. And with all the other speed signed on here, I think that's probably counterproductive if you want to go. She's interesting.
4 also eligibles as of this recording. We're going to take a pass and hope they don't draw into the race. A couple of interesting runners on the list.
The most interesting thing for me going through, actually just taking the handicapping part aside, the one, Discat's on the Square, is the older full sister of this Smart Cat, the number 12. So if she draws in, the girls will take each other on.
And Fantasy of Luck, the 14, goes out for Bob Baffert. If she does draw into the race, another lucky pulpit. It would be first-time turf. I think she'll handle it without any kind of an issue. But Matt, taking a look at your selection in here, you want a price, and you're going to get one with the number 9, Cuddle Alert, perhaps from just off the pace, if that 57 and 4 doesn't make her speed crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what kind of trip Agapito Delgadillo works out. That big, most recent work. I mean, that gives off every indication that they plan on going. I like the fact, though, that she doesn't have to have the lead, where some of these other fillies, I think they probably do need it, and I also have reservations about some of them going the 6.5. Distance shouldn't be a problem for this girl if she can hang on going down the hill 9.713.
I'm going to trust Flavian Pratt to have the 7 Molly's Honor in the right spot, just off some of the speeds down to her inside. It's 2+ years since she's won a race, but I think her recent turf form is good. She fits enough, well enough on figures, and at one point in her career, she liked to win races. Yeah. I don't think she's a hanger at this point. I just think she's been in 1 or 2 tough situations. She might need a perfect trip under Pratt. Maybe she'll get one from off of the pace. I would need 9-2, and I'm not sure I'm going to get it, but I'm going to go 7, 4, and 3 in race number 3 at Santa Anita on Friday. If you're playing the Friday's card at the Great Race Place from home, $100 worth of free bets, $100 sign-up bonus, $25 free bet. It's an easy game when you sign up to drfbets.com/free bet. Approximate post time for race number 3, 2 o'clock Pacific on Friday. Good luck.